like to spend a few minutes talking with you about hope. It's easy today to lose hope with the many daunting challenges that confront us. Our daily news is filled with stories of poverty, inequality, war, disease, environmental collapse. Yet, it is God's intention that humans should flourish. I take hope from Jesus' encouragement in Matthew 6, where he admonishes us not to worry about what we'll eat or wear or other such things, reminding us that God has provided for creation. Do not fear, he says. Yet fear is pervasive and it takes away our hope. I believe that our fear is rooted in our belief in scarcity. The idea of scarcity is unchallenged. Our economy runs on it. Society is premised on the belief that there are limited resources and unlimited needs. And so there's not enough for everyone. If true, life becomes a zero-sum game where anything you have means less for me. This leaves us pitted against each other in hopeless competition. And this belief distorts all of our relationships with each other, as we see others primarily as our rivals, with ourselves, as we see ourselves primarily as rational, competitive individuals seeking our own material advantage, and with God, as we fail to believe that God can or will provide for us all. Competitive scarcity reveals our own vulnerability, and the awareness of that vulnerability produces fear. Poverty is characterized by the conditions of scarcity, vulnerability, and fear. As such, it is a material, social, and spiritual condition, and one that affects every single one of us. The fear of scarcity leads to counterproductive reactions that create a tear in the social fabric. Paul Bourne tells us that people have three possible reactions to fear. First, they may withdraw from community altogether and focus narrowly on their own needs. Alternatively, they may turn against each other, seeking others to blame for their vulnerability and fear. Both of these responses further compromise our relationships, increase our vulnerability, and exacerbate our fear, and thereby increase our scarcity. But what if scarcity isn't real? While economics tells us we have limited resources and unlimited needs, Walter Brueggemann suggests that the opposite is true. We actually have unlimited resources, and our true needs are really quite limited. If this is true, would it assuage our fear? Jesus' instruction not to fear is rooted in the admonition to seek the kingdom of God. But what is the kingdom of God? Fundamentally, it is a kingdom of community and one of justice. The fear reactions of withdrawal and competition, however, erode community and create injustice. Such reactions are contrary to the kingdom of God. They diminish our resilience and cut us off from God's abundance. Paul Bourne tells us that there is a third possible response to fear beyond withdrawal and aggression, and that is our ability to come together. The noted anthropologist Yuval Harari argues that it has been the ability of humans to cooperate, not compete, that has been the key to our resilience and what has allowed us to thrive as a species. Indeed, research shows that resilient systems are characterized by high levels of cooperation, as well as diversity and shared power. When these properties are present, our pool of collective resources grows, leading to greater abundance for all. The foundation of this resilience and abundance, however, is trust in God and in community, trust that is rooted in conditions of justice. This overcomes our fear and unlocks the abundance that is abundantly present around and within us. If poverty is a condition of scarcity, vulnerability, and fear, human flourishing then is to be found in the countervailing conditions of abundance, resilience, and trust. Trust creates resilience, and resilience leads to abundance. Abundance, resilience, and trust. Art. This is the essence of hope. Such hope heals our relationships, first with others, as we are no longer driven by competitive scarcity that leads us to withdrawal or aggression, finding resilience instead in conditions of community and justice. Heals our relationship with ourselves as we embrace a more authentic identity as primarily spiritual, cooperative, interdependent seekers of meaning. And lastly, with God, as we trust that God does indeed provide, overcoming our fear of scarcity. Hope is indeed an art. While it is based on sound principles, it is also a creative endeavor. Rather than a precise formula, the art of hope provides principles that offer seeds of promise. They say what grows is what you water. If we start by watering trust, trust grows into resilience, and resilience bears the fruit of abundance. The next 3 videos will engage with a few of my mentors who will provide their reflections on the conditions of abundance, resilience, and trust. Through this series, I hope we can inspire you to find your own vision of shalom and the seeds that you might start to water. May it be so.